All right, guys, it's been a little while since we've talked about flashlights on my channel, and I don't talk about lights that often. I carry a light every single day, every time I leave the house. I carry a light. I go for a walk in the afternoon at lunchtime. I take a flashlight with me. You just never know. I am that guy. What can I say? So, I really wanted to talk about this Arkfeld UV light today that my buddy Cliff sent me from Alaska. Just loaned it to me. I have to send it back, but I wanted to talk about it because it's different. It's flat and rectangular, and it does white light and UV light. So we're going to talk primarily about this, but just lights in general. I have gone through a lot of different lights in my EDC journey, if you will. Way back as a kid, it was a mini mag light. It was a 3D cell mag light to begin with, which I still have one next to my bed, and it works phenomenally. Then I upgraded to the mini mag light and carried that all the time in my teens and early 20s. More recently, got into like the Olight AAA battery lights, the i3T. This happens to be the donut version. I have a carbon fiber version. I have a Damascus version. I love this light. It's great. And I went through a stage with the Oklumas DC1. This is the aluminum version. I like it. This particular one I bought from a good friend of mine, Matt. This one has more of a yellowish light on the temperature scale. And I started to get kind of bothered by the size of these lights, the 18650 battery, 18350 batteries. And you can tell here the AAA is just so much smaller in circumference that I started going and leaning more towards this one. So you've got the Okluma, you got the F3WA, which became super popular for a while. So I ended up with like 3 of them. I don't know. I just have a problem. Then I was really carrying the AAA. I have some AA lights as well, but I really started carrying the AAA until I picked up a FocusWorks. This is a very happy medium. It's a little bit bigger than your AAA, but a little bit smaller than your 18X size batteries. This FocusWorks is what I have been carrying since the day I bought it from Dawn. And yeah, thanks for making me a deal and hooking me up. I appreciate that for sure. So anyway, let's talk about this Olight here. This one carries really well. It's flat, it's rectangular, has a magnetic base, which is also how you charge it, but the magnetic base works really well. It's actually super sturdy when the magnet is attached. So you can use this as like a lantern. It works great. You can set it on its butt end, just on a table, and then it works really well as a lantern. What's cool about it is the user interface. With a flip of a switch, you go from UV to white light, and it has multiple settings for brightness that you can just hold it and it clicks up and down. And when you turn it off and back on, it's right back where it was in its original brightness level, right? Which is super cool. A lot of times you get a light and it just always comes on high or it always comes on low, and you've got to click, click, click to get it where you want. So I like that feature. Then it has a UV light. And what this is good for, and Olight has a dedicated UV light, which I have one of here. It's really good for charging of watches. The lume on a watch to test luminosity and things like that. What do I have right here that is lumeable? My buddy Jerry makes these 3D printing company, and he printed this skull out for me, and the eyes glow. And you get a lot more when you use a UV light to charge some glowing object. It glows a lot better than just a regular white light. It's really crazy, but it's true. And so what's cool about this light is you have both in the palm of your hand at just a flip of a switch. I think it's a really cool design. I think it works great in the pocket. It comes in orange and black. It's about $80. 1,000 lumens is its brightest. Weighs in at 3 ounces. And just to kind of give you some comparisons, this one, the i3T, is 1.4 ounces. Focus work is 2.5. FW3A is 3.5. And the Okluma in aluminum is 2.9. So I think it's a great light. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know down below if you guys carry a light. Do you care about a light? Do you say, screw it, I've got a light on my phone, I'll just use that. Who cares? I don't know. I always carry a light. I want to have instant access to a light. I don't want to dig for my phone. If my phone is sitting on my desk, I have the light in my pocket, things like that. So I always have a light. It's just me. It's the Boy Scout in me, maybe. I don't know. I would love to hear your thoughts. Thanks a lot, guys.